Are you planning to move from France to the United States? Before you pack your bags and book that flight, there are a few crucial do's and don'ts you need to know. The kind that can make the difference between a smooth transition and a very stressful move. I'm going to share real tips from French expats, common mistakes to avoid, and the cultural differences that might surprise you when starting your new life in America. So stick around because this video could save you a lot of time, money, and confusion. Let's start with the most important, the legal side. Start your visa and immigration paperwork early, whether you're coming on a work visa, student visa, or green card. The process can take months, sometimes even a year. Make sure your passport, medical record, and translated documents are ready. Don't assume that everything works like in France. In the US, there is no centralized system like the French administration. Different states have different rules. For example, getting a driver's license in California is very different from Texas. Next up, something that surprises almost every French expat: healthcare. Get health insurance before arriving in the US. Medical costs can be shockingly high. A simple doctor's visit can cost hundreds of dollars. Don't expect free or universal healthcare like in France. There's no equivalent to Sécurité Sociale here. Even emergency care can lead to big bills. Here's a personal tip. If you're moving for work or studies, ask your employer or school what health plans they offer. Otherwise, compare private insurance options before your flight. Now let's talk about cultural differences, because they're real. Be ready for a more informal and friendly culture. Americans often smile, start small talk, and use first names quickly. Don't be surprised if someone calls you by your first name at the bank or at the supermarket. Don't think that this friendliness means close friendship. In France, relationships build slowly. In the US, they can be casual and fast, but not always deep. Also, tipping is not optional. Waiters, bartenders, and drivers rely on tips. Aim for about 15 to 20%. Here's a quick example. If you walk into a cafe and say a simple bonjour in America, you'll more likely hear, "Hey, how are you?" It's polite to respond, even if it's just, "Good, thanks." Another big surprise for many French expats is the cost of living. Budget carefully. In many US cities like New York City, Los Angeles, or San Francisco, rent and mortgages can be much higher than in France. Don't forget to include taxes, tips, and hidden costs in your calculations. In the US, prices are shown before taxes, unlike in France where VAT is included. So your $10 lunch might actually cost $12 or more. Transportation is another area where France and the US differ a lot. Consider getting a US driver's license. Outside of big cities, public transportation can be limited. Don't rely solely on trains and buses like in France. In most places, having a car isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Here's a fun fact. You can often turn right on red lights in the US, something that surprises many Europeans. Finally, let's talk about your social life. Moving abroad can be lonely if you don't take steps to connect. Join expat groups, cultural associations, or even French communities online and in person. Cities like Miami, Boston, and Chicago and Denver have strong French networks. Don't isolate yourself. American networking culture is powerful. People love meeting new people and sharing opportunities. Say yes to invitations and events. Here's a personal tip. Volunteer or Joining clubs is a great way to meet locals and adapt faster. So there you have it, the most important do's and don'ts when moving to the US from France. Plan ahead, embrace the culture, and be open. That's the key to making your American dream a success. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for more French expat advice, moving tips, and life in the US. And tell me in the comments, what's the biggest difference you've noticed between France and the US?